Hell has a printing press, and you're letting it publish your mind. There's a reason the devil showed up with a printing press. Mr. Smith didn't sell his soul to get power. He offered power to get a soul, but not power in the way the world defines it, not bombs or bullets, power over perception, power over the story. And in the ego's newsroom, perception is reality. The nose knows. Mr. Smith says he has a green nose. He smells the news. But what's the real claim here? He's not sniffing out facts. He's sniffing out belief. The ego doesn't need truth. It needs attention, drama, reaction. And once it has those, it starts to write the world. That's the linotype machine. That's the crooked cigar. The cigar is the giveaway, always off-center, always lit by a lie, always symbolizing that something isn't straight. He doesn't just report reality, he types it into being. And in the Twilight Zone, that makes him more dangerous than any monster. Ideas do not leave their source. As A Course in Miracles teaches, all things I think I see reflect ideas, and ideas leave not their source. Doug doesn't know it yet, but he's not seeing a world. He's seeing his mind, printed out in black ink. Doug is drowning in lack, fear of failure, fear of competition, fear of not being enough. Enter Mr. Smith. The ego doesn't create something new, it simply amplifies what's already believed. It turns unworthiness into scandal. It turns anxiety into accidents. It turns guilt into fires. Smith doesn't create events. He just types up the belief system Doug already accepted. An accident here, a bigamist there, a bank robbery to get the blood pumping. And every headline becomes a mirror. This is your belief, printed on paper, circulated, read, recycled. Belief prints reality on cue. And that's what's so sinister. It's not just the events, it's how they appear on cue, when the ego wants proof of its story. Belief is the ink, perception is the paper, and the linotype is the thinking mind that projects it all outward, as if it's coming from out there. The news is never neutral, it is always authored, and if the ego is the editor, truth doesn't stand a chance. Don't fight the devil, fire him. Doug tries to resist, but resistance only proves belief. You're the devil. Well, if I were, would you be afraid? The moment Doug entertains the question, he validates the premise. He's still on stage, still arguing with a character in the script, instead of walking out of the theater. To fight the devil is to give him a headline. To fear the devil is to give him your byline. That's why Mr. Smith smirks so confidently. He knows Doug is still buying the story, still circulating guilt, still printing unworthiness, still outsourcing authorship. The real seduction is authorship. The ego's greatest temptation is not pleasure, power, or punishment. It's authorship. It whispers, "Let me write your story. Let me narrate your lack. I'll make you successful. Just give me access to the press." Doug doesn't want to die. He wants to be rescued. But he doesn't question who he's asking for help. The devil shows up when belief demands him, and he always offers the same thing. You don't have to change your mind, just sign the paper, and I'll change the world for you. But it comes at a price, the soul. Not in some hellfire sense, but in the sense of attention, awareness, authorship. The devil doesn't want to kill the body. He wants to ghostwrite the mind. There is no Prince's change-o. And here's the kicker. There is no Prince of Darkness. There is only belief in darkness. There is no change-o moment where evil becomes good or chaos gets negotiated into order. Not while the ego's still at the keyboard. Mr. Smith isn't real. He's just the personified press release of the ego. The one that says, you can have it all if you just let me tell your story. But what if Doug never signed? What if he saw through it? The only real shift is when Doug reclaims the press. Not the paper, the mind. Rewriting the headlines. In the final moments, Doug doesn't fight Smith. He doesn't run after him. He doesn't argue or protest or shoot him. He types. That's everything. He returns to the decision maker. He rewrites the story. He cancels the ego's copy with Christ's version. He changes the plate on the press, a symbol that perception has shifted. And just like that, Jackie is saved. Smith disappears. And the newspaper is once again neutral, waiting to be aligned with the truth. What's printed can be unprinted. Mr. Smith leaves quietly. Why? Because he was never there in the first place. Not really. Only as long as he was believed. Doug says, maybe tomorrow I'll explain everything. But right now, let's get out of here. He hasn't fully integrated the shift. But the invitation stands. Who will author the news? The devil's gone, unless he's invited back.